Hey everybody, Superfly Gaming here, back for another video of Spiffo's School. Today we're going to be taking a look at the chainsaw, which is in the vanilla game, but has to be accessed via the debug mode. Will likely be released shortly, probably in build 42, so let's get a look into it. So here I am outside of City Hall in Louisville, and as you can see, I've got a few zombies at me here. I've got God mode on as usual, just to do a demonstration. Now, I do know that IndieStone are still working on the animations for this thing, so as you can see, when he took a swipe there, it was doing a basic chopping motion, but obviously they're still working on it. However, it seems to be an extremely efficient weapon. I would say that, as you can see here though, for example, I'm standing on the zombie and it won't attack them on the ground. I think that in time, IndieStone are going to introduce different mechanics with it. For example, you can't just pick up a chainsaw and start using it. It needs to have fuel to work, right? So it's probably going to be modified for that, and I would imagine that it makes noise as well. So unlike these zombies here that couldn't hear it, I imagine when it's in build 42, it will probably alert every zombie in the building. So this obviously isn't a true showcase of the item until we can see what it's actually like on its finished version. For reference as well, I have also... Oh, interesting. My chainsaw got wedged in the zombie. Cool, that's a cool mechanic. I'll just pick it up here. Or maybe not. Go away. Okay. If you don't want to be a zombie fruit salad, or part of a fruit salad, get moving. Right, so it is quite an effective weapon. Let's look at some other details. So in this clip, you can see that there are, I've taken God mode off, you can see there's quite a few more zombies here who are closer to me than before, but the chainsaw still is holding up its power, which is quite impressive. I don't know if they're going to change this on build 42, but it obviously seems to be quite an effective weapon, to say the least. Okay, in this clip I am going to up the stakes a little bit. So, although we've got quite a handle on this situation, heading over to this apartment complex, which will be a lot more tight spaced and difficult to maneuver. I've also got a bit of fatigue, and I have, oh wow, it works through the glass, and a bit of shock. And from the looks of it, it's still holding up. Like, look at that, 4 zombies pulling through the window, 5 zombies pulling through the window, and 6 zombies pulling through the window. And it's working quite well. The zombies aren't actually grabbing me either, so it might be, and as you can see, the range on it is actually quite far. I would say it was further than the baseball bat, and the axe for that matter. So that's good to know. So that was relatively simple. Let's go inside and see if that has any different effect. Remember as well, with the shock, you have a decrease in accuracy, but this doesn't seem to be affecting the chainsaw at all, which is quite interesting. And I guess, of course, endurance isn't too important, because does it really require a lot of endurance to use a chainsaw? I don't know. But yeah, it seems to be working quite well. As you can see in the menu there, the icon for it is a crowbar, as they haven't quite created an icon for it yet. But it does seem to work quite well, which is good to know. I'm actually looking forward to using it in the main game.
Oh, I feel it! I feel the adrenaline, baby!
Double D! Double D! Relax, will ya? It's a toy! From Canada! Gee! How embarrassing!
back on the Project Zomboid wiki as usual. We will always go through some more details of the items as we have with others before. As you can see, the model for the chainsaw is listed here, and it says Porter on it. I'm not sure if they're going to specify that particularly. And the sprite is a crowbar because they haven't created the crowbar yet. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's only accessible right now in build 41.68 as through debug mode. It's quite heavy, although I wouldn't say it's that heavy for a chainsaw. Maybe it should be heavier because the encumbrance is 3. If you remember, the axe was 3. Its function is to chop trees, but I'm sure we can expand that to do what I did and kill zombies with it. It's two-handed, obviously. Condition max 15, so it's higher than the axe, which is, I guess, makes sense. It is a fortified mechanical weapon. Perhaps repairing it as well might actually not just be as simple as putting some duct tape on it. You might need mechanics levels to fix it, so that should be quite an interesting mechanic to consider. The range here, it says 0.61 to 1.2 tiles, so reasonable. Damage 0.6 to 1.1, which is relatively low considering the fact that it's a chainsaw, but it did kill them like instantly, so I'm not sure how the mechanics on that work. No knockdown, knockback 0.5. Let's have a look at some of the actual bits and pieces of the code here. Minimum angle 0.72, swing time 3.
Show me.
Condition lower chance 1 in 70. I'm not sure what that means. Door damage 8. That's interesting. Considering the fact that the axe is 35. Critical chance 35%, which is good, but I would say that it should be higher because it's a chainsaw.
How?
I don't know. I don't know how the code works specifically. If anybody does know in the codes, feel free to tell us. It could be quite interesting. I don't know how it actually was killing them instantly. Maybe there's a different function. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it will be a really good weapon. I assume that the only drawbacks for it would be constantly filling it with gas. We don't know how much gas it's going to take. It's obviously going to be heavy and make a lot of noise. So, catch-22, maybe it might have this benefit but this drawback. So, we'll have to see what it's like. I think it's a pretty good invention anyway. They should keep it and try and integrate it more, but probably make it rare. Don't want to come across a chainsaw every 5 minutes. It's not Doom, so, or maybe it is. I mean, this is the whole point of this game, is do what you want. If you want every house to spawn a chainsaw and knock yourself out, I mean, it's debug mode, so it's your game. But yeah, that was a quick covering of the chainsaw. I think it's a cool weapon, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And if I missed anything out, again, just let me know. As I said before, I always like to help the community and make this great game even greater by sharing knowledge about it that many people still don't know about. So, well, thanks everyone. Remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next video.